Why do people with narcissistic traits bring other people into your relationship? Why is there always an ex, a friend, a co-worker, an admirer? Why does it feel like you're constantly compared, replaced, or subtly threatened? If you've ever felt like you're competing for stability in your own relationship, this is triangulation, and it's not accidental. Triangulation is when someone introduces a third person, real or imagined, to create jealousy, insecurity, competition, and instability. It might sound like other women find me attractive, or my ex never reacted like this, or you're too sensitive and my friend agrees. Or it might be more subtle, liking certain photos publicly, mentioning someone repeatedly, withholding information to create mystery. The goal isn't connection, it's control. And why do narcissistic people do it? At its core, triangulation serves three psychological functions. One is validation supply. Narcissistic personalities rely heavily on external validation. Attention equals reassurance to a narcissistic person. Desire equals worth. When they create competition, they amplify their own value. If two people are emotionally activated over them, they feel powerful. Number two is control through insecurity. If you feel secure, you can leave. If you feel unstable, you try harder. Triangulation destabilizes you. You begin to question yourself, monitor their behaviour, compare yourself, seek reassurance. And the more you seek reassurance, the more control they feel. Avoiding accountability is the third one. Triangulation shifts focus. Instead of discussing their behaviour, you're now discussing, who is she? Why are you messaging him? Why did you say that about your ex? And it redirects energy away from their responsibility and into emotional chaos. Chaos protects them. The psychological impact this has on you: triangulation activates the attachment system. It triggers fear of abandonment, fear of replacement, comparison, anxiety, and hypervigilance. You may feel competitive, obsessed, restless, unsettled, and that activation can be mistaken for love. But it's not love. It's a nervous system deregulation. Why it feels so personal? Triangulation feels deeply personal because it targets your identity. You start wondering, am I enough? Am I attractive enough? Am I interesting enough? But triangulation is really about your deficiency. It's more about their need for stimulation and superiority. If they can make two people orbit them, they feel central. And narcissistic personalities crave feeling centre of attention. The illusion of scarcity. Triangulation creates artificial scarcity. It makes you feel like you might lose them. Someone else is waiting. You need to secure your place. Scarcity increases perceived value. That's marketing psychology, and some people unconsciously apply it in relationships. And why they don't stop? Because it works. If triangulation results in more attention, more reassurance, more emotional intensity, the behaviour is reinforced. And if you confront it emotionally, it often escalates because conflict still equals attention. Now, the real power shift here, the one thing that weakens triangulation, is emotional neutrality. When you stop competing, stop monitoring, stop reacting, the dynamic loses its fuel. Narcissistic dynamics rely on emotional supply. If there is no visible insecurity to feed on, the tactic loses its effectiveness. If someone is constantly bringing third parties into your relationship dynamic, ask yourself, is this love? Or is this just positioning? Because a healthy connection does not require competition, and security doesn't require comparison. Triangulation is not a sign of desirability. If you want a deeper breakdown of manipulation patterns and how to disengage from destabilising dynamics, I explain this in the narcissistic pattern. I explain how triangulation fits into the larger behavioural system. Clarity removes the power from their tactics. It is definitely worth a read, as it does go into a lot of detail, and it brings you peace and clarity when you understand the patterns.